Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of No Huddle with Zach Arndt. And today we have the second edition of our weekly recap on the recruiting trail. We'll be looking at commitments, crystal ball predictions, and notable visits for teams all across the country. Let's start off by looking at some of the biggest commitments that took place this past week. Ohio State went out and got four-star linebacker Arvell Reese out of Cleveland, Ohio. Shelton Sampson Jr., probably the biggest commitment of the week. Five-star wide receiver, number fourth in the nation. Out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, committed to LSU this past week. Dylan Edwards, one of the faster running backs in the country, committed to Notre Dame. Marcus Freeman got another running back. He got Jayden Lamar already. Dylan Edwards, he runs a 4.3 flat on the laser for the 40-yard dash. Parker Jenkins, four-star running back out of Clean Forest in Houston, committed to the Houston Cougars. Miami got Connor Lew, three-star offensive lineman from Kennesaw Mountain, Georgia. Darian Gullett, four-star edge, 18th best in the country, committed to the Texas Longhorns this past week. Four-star linebacker Jaden Osbury also committed to Notre Dame. He joins the number 2 class in the country. Notre Dame pushing back for the number 1 class in 2023. Outside linebacker Braden Shelby committed to the USC Trojans. Many thought he was going to go to Texas. He ended up choosing the Longhorns. The Oregon Ducks went out and got a duo of blue-chip defensive linemen. Terrence Green from Cywood, Cypress, Texas, and then McKill Gardner out of Liberty High School in Arizona. Alabama went out and got Hunter Osborne, four-star defensive lineman out of Alabama. He's staying home. Nick Saban did the job there, keeping in-home talent in the state. Now to fill you guys in on some crystal balls, Jalen Thompson, four-star D lineman, crystal ball to Michigan State. Three-star corner Shelton Lewis, crystal ball into Clemson. Paul Billups, three-star wide receiver, crystal ball to North Carolina. Joshua Horton and Kavian Keys, a pair of four-star defensive players. Joshua Horton, the D lineman, crystal ball to North Carolina, and then Kavian Keys, four-star linebacker, crystal ball to North Carolina. Jayden Bonzo, one of the best safeties in the country, got a 7 confidence crystal ball to The Ohio State University. Kenton Kirkland, crystal ball to Kentucky. Chris Parson, the four-star quarterback, he went to the Elite 11. He got crystal ball to Mississippi State. He'd fit in pretty well there, I'd say, with Mike Leach. Looking down the list here, Shelton Lewis got a flurry of crystal balls to Clemson. I already mentioned him. Tavian Godson, three-star D lineman. Steve Wiltfong put his crystal ball in for Florida State. Makari Vickers, one of the better safeties in the nation, crystal ball to Oklahoma. Ricky Gibson, three-star corner, crystal ball to Georgia. Jayden Bonzo also got a crystal ball from Justin Thind, the Michigan State insider. J.C. Hart, he got crystal ball to Auburn. He's a three-star corner. I'm just looking at Jayden Bonzo. He's got a lot of crystal balls flown in to Ohio State. Steve Wiltfong dropped his. Brian Don. A lot of good things trending there for Ohio State. Gabe Terry, crystal ball to Boise State, three-star corner. Quarterback Ricky Collins got a 6 confidence crystal ball from Bud Elliott to join the LSU Tigers. Ricky Collins, another one to LSU. Cameron Lenhart, four-star edge rusher, got a crystal ball to Nebraska. That could be telling for four-star Malakai Coleman, who also has Nebraska high on his list. It's starting to look like Nebraska's looking elsewhere. Maybe Malakai Coleman leaves the state. Oklahoma, USC are some teams pursuing him at the moment. Three-star athlete Zach Marshall, crystal ball to Michigan. This is a big one. Four-star linebacker Blake Nicholson. I had him as a lock to Oregon just a little bit ago, but he's trending to Florida State. Christopher Johnson, four-star running back to Miami. Masoon Kelly, three-star corner. Looks like he's going to be heading to Virginia Tech. Multiple crystal balls there. Jacoby Lane. He has 6 crystal balls, well 7 now, to join Oregon. He took a visit there a couple Saturdays ago. He got offered on the spot. 7 crystal balls right after that. Ricky Collins looks like he's up to 8 crystal balls now for LSU. Another crystal ball for Oregon. They have 4 crystal balls for linebacker Jerry Mixon, the 3-star, Brandon Huffman, Steve Wiltfong, and Greg Biggins. All dropped their crystal balls there. It looks like Ole Miss is trending for Braxton Myers, the USC commit. Looking like he's going to flip to the Rebels. Kylan Jackson, crystal ball to LSU. Jackson Smolik, the 3-star quarterback, crystal ball to Penn State. I think he's committed to Tulane right now. I'm not sure. Jordan Renaud, he's crystal ball to Oklahoma, 4-star D lineman. Oklahoma is doing work on the recruiting trail right now. The next thing I want to talk about is 5-star quarterback Malakai Nelson, the USC commit, top 5 player in the country. He took a visit to Texas A&M last weekend, went to their barbecue and pool party. Now, Steve Wiltfong, the head director of recruiting at 247 Sports, after the visit said that the interest is real in Texas A&M. I don't know how much of that you can take. I mean, I trust Steve Wiltfong. I look up to him a lot. I follow what he says. And if he's saying the interest is real for Malakai Nelson, who's committed to USC, big fan of Lincoln Riley, a lot of friends in Zachariah Branch, Makai Lemon, also committed to USC. Man, could you imagine if he actually flips his commitment to Texas A&M? That would flip everything upside down in recruiting, especially for 2023. If Jimbo Fisher can go out and take Malakai Nelson from USC, there's going to be a lot of stuff circling around college football. Oh, he bought the player. Well, maybe he did. NIL, probably playing a big part in it. Also, Malakai Nelson's doing the smart thing here. Committed to USC. Say he takes a visit to A&M and they offer him such a deal if he signs there. He's making USC up the numbers, you know what I'm saying? He's making USC almost another bidding team for him, even though he's committed. But even with that, Zachariah Branch, the 5-star wide receiver, he took a visit to Texas A&M not too long ago. And a lot of people talked about that when it was happening. People didn't make a lot of it, obviously, because they're like, oh, he's just enjoying the recruiting process. Well, maybe he is. But at the same time, now that his 5-star quarterback is also going there, and A&M's picking up a lot of steam on the recruiting trail right now, I wouldn't be surprised by anything at this point. But this would probably go down as one of the more shocking moves in recent recruiting. I mean, just imagine being USC, right? You have 2 5-stars, you have the number 1 wide receiver, unanimous number 1 wide receiver commit. You have a top 3 quarterback in Malakai Nelson. You're set for 2023. All of a sudden, Jimbo Fisher and A&M pull up, and they're going after your 2 best commits. I mean, I'd be a little bit nervous just after how A&M finished last year. They were ranked like 70th in recruiting like 3 weeks ago. They've jumped up a lot. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on moving forward. To finish things up, I'll be reading off the top 25 teams in the recruiting rankings as of August 7th at 9 p.m. Starting at number 25, we have the Tcu Horned Frogs. Michigan State comes at number 24. Iowa at 23. Northwestern 22. Washington 21. The Louisville Cardinals sit at number 20. But they keep an eye on there. They only have 12 commits and they're 20th. That says a lot about how they're recruiting right now. Now look at them compared to Cincinnati. Cincinnati has 21 commits, and they're only 1 spot higher than Louisville, and they have 9 more commits than them. Something to keep an eye on there. South Carolina at 18, they have 8 4-star commits. Texas Tech, their class is probably just about finished along with Baylor. Both have 24 commits, sitting at 17 and 16. Oregon, sitting at 15. Also, they only have 13 commits. The team above them and below them have 23 and 24. Oregon has 10 less, and they're sitting right there. They have 8 4-stars and 1 5-star. A lot of their top prospects are still on the board. Arkansas is sitting at 14. Sam Pittman putting work in on the recruiting trail. Florida at 13. USC at 12. As I mentioned, Lincoln Riley, 2 5-stars. Malakai Nelson and Zachariah Branch. Tennessee, Josh Heupel has 5-star quarterback Nico Iamaleava, sitting at number 11. Penn State comes at number 10 with 18 commits. Clemson also has 18. They have 16 blue chips. They come in at number 9. Miami at number 8, potential to finish top 5. just like Oregon and USC. A lot of top guys on their board still uncommitted. LSU at 18, they just signed 5-star wide receiver Shelton Sampson Jr. Oklahoma at number 6, 10 4-stars. They have potential to finish top 3, top 4. A lot of guys on their board still uncommitted, but they do have 19 commits already. Texas, their class is probably just about finished. 21 total commits, going at number 5. Georgia at 4. They have room for some more. I expect them to get another 5-star, most likely edge rusher Samuel Mpemba. Ohio State at number 3. Their class is probably coming to an end. They might take 23 or 24. Maybe another 5-star in there. They're in the running for Mateo. I think that's more of an Oregon-USC battle. Bama's going to get a visit. But, Larry Johnson's one of the best D-lineman recruiters, so who knows? He could get another 5-star. Alabama comes in at number 2. 18 total commits, 4 5-stars. They have 5 less commits than Notre Dame, but they're only 3 points behind. So basically, if Alabama gets one more commit, they're number 1 again. But Notre Dame is number 1 at the moment with 23 commits, 19 4-stars, 20 total blue chips. It's an outstanding first-year class under new head coach Marcus Freeman. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one.